Hi viewers, welcome back to the 424 Soccer channel. Wow, football is no mathematics, but we can follow the trend. Now let us see how match day 12 went for groups F and E. Meanwhile, here are some of the highlights of FIFA 2002. Croatia penalty ruled out by VAR as they draw with Belgium. Morocco flies high, tops Group F. Overated Belgium and the German nations go home. Poland goalkeeper owes Lionel Messi €100. Brave Canadians not good enough to continue. Roberto Martinez resigns as the Belgian coach. Japan beats Spain and qualify as group leaders. The Germans left it too late. As you have seen, they won the match, but as I predicted yesterday, that they will come out smoking, at least for the sake of the German pride, to beat Costa Rica. Yes, they defeated Costa Rica, but it was too late. So they are going home. Now, the first match between Croatia and Belgium, we predicted a draw. I actually predicted a score draw, 2-2 draw, but it ended 0-0 draw. Because, the Croatians were top of the group as at that time, so they didn't want to concede and then leave or come second. The Croatians did everything, but it ended 0-0. In the other match between Canada and Morocco, we also predicted that Morocco will win. We predicted a 1-0, but the final result was 2-1, but it was still a one-goal margin. So the Moroccans ended up topping the group and Croatia as runners-up. In Group E, Japan and Spain, we predicted yesterday that Japan will beat Spain because Japan, as second in the group, they were sitting uncomfortably, knowing that if they don't beat Spain, Costa Rica might spring a surprise and then Japan would go home. So Japan came all out, and defeated Spain by 2-1. So Japan qualified as group winners in Group E. Now the Germans, tried their best, but it wasn't good enough. They left it too late though, as I've said. If they had started in the first match to put in efforts, at least they would have qualified. Now let us look at a few things in this group, the Group F and Group E matches. I want to talk about Belgium. Now, coming into this tournament, Belgium were rated number 2. But at the first match, when they played, Belgium played Canada, yes, their first match, we started seeing the flaws in the Belgian team. They were number 2 on paper, but not number 2 in terms of, skills and all that. Although they have very skillful players, and Kevin De Bruyne complained that they were aging. No, that is not the reason. I think the main reason for the Belgian team crumbling was because of their technical crew. They have Roberto Martinez as their coach, who is not very sound. I have always said that Roberto Martinez is not one of the coaches with a high technical nous. So the Belgians had a collection of players, but their system is flawed by always playing the 3-5-2. 3-5-2, packs 5 in the midfield when we are going forward and 5 in the defense when you are defending. The Belgians are so good that they needed to change their system to the 4-3-3. 4-3-3 is an attacking game, and you can see that Kevin De Bruyne, who plays for Man City, plays under Pep Guardiola, who uses the 4-3-3, and Kevin is one of the best midfielders. But in the Belgian team, he has always been struggling because the system doesn't fit him, and the coach didn't know so much, to change the system. And so the good thing is that he has resigned, but I think he knew the handwriting was on the wall to resign. Otherwise, Belgium would have sacked him. So I hope Belgium will get a better coach, somebody, who can read the game and you utilize the qualities of his players to make the team better. Roberto Martinez didn't utilize the qualities that his players had. So Belgium goes home. Then for Morocco came into this tournament not so highly rated, especially when they couldn't find, their scoring touches during the qualifying, one goal and here and there, problem with the coaching crew and all those. I remember it's just recently that Hakim Ziyech of Chelsea was recalled, to the national team because there was, some misunderstanding here and there. So Morocco surprised bookmakers by coming out tops, in Group F, and Croatia coming behind Morocco. Then for Spain, Spain started very well, scoring 7 goals against Costa Rica. And that was when I said that the scoreline flattered the Spaniards, scoring 7 goals, and you think, oh, you're on top of the world. So that is what happened. Today, Japan actually showed them, and the Japanese, they never get tired. They run from minute 1 to the minute 90. So the Japanese, showed them. They were motoring around, trying to. The Spaniards did the unusual tiki-taka, but it didn't bother the Japanese. Now, let us see how match day 13 is gonna go. Match day 13 is the last group matches before the knockout stages. So Group G and H will be playing tomorrow. Will be started by Group H, South Korea versus Portugal, as well as Ghana versus Uruguay, and that is at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The 2 matches, in each of the groups will be played, or is always played simultaneously, so that there is no giving in one way or the other, or trying to eavesdrop what is happening in the other center to know what you are doing. So now, what are the predictions for tomorrow? Now, if you look at the table on Group H, Portugal has 6 points, Ghana has 3 points, South Korea has 1 point, Uruguay has 1 point. Now, South Korea versus Portugal. Portugal has already qualified. They have 6 points, so they will play it safe. So Portugal may go for a draw, or even if they lose, nothing, they will still qualify. But for the sake of pride and topping the group, Portugal would want to at least draw, so that there will be a point above Ghana if Ghana wins their match. So I predict that South Korea will score 1, Portugal will score 1, and they will maintain that. Now, South Korea needs to win to qualify because South Korea has 1 point. They need to win to qualify, but I do not see them beating Portugal. The present Portuguese team is good. So I do not see them beating Portugal, except Portugal is kind of, they relax too much, they become complacent, except that. But I predict a 1-1 draw, South Korea, Portugal. Then the other match between Ghana and Uruguay, I predict Uruguay to beat Ghana. Ghana has 3 points, Uruguay has 1 point. Now Ghana needs a draw to qualify and hope that South Korea do not beat Portugal. If South Korea does not beat Portugal and Ghana secures a draw, Ghana will qualify. But Uruguay needs to win by at least 2 to 3 goals and then hope that South Korea does not win Portugal. So if Uruguay wins their match, if Uruguay wins Ghana by 3 goals, because they have Uruguay has -2 goals aggregate, so they will need to go into the positive because Ghana has 0. Ghana has 0 goals difference. So Uruguay has -2. So Uruguay needs to score 3 to bring it to +1 to beat Ghana. You know, if Ghana draws, Ghana will still have a 0. And if there's 4 points with +0, that's the balances it out. But Uruguay, if they have 4 points but +1, will qualify. So now Uruguay will beat Ghana, but will not be able to beat Ghana to 2 goals or 3 goals plus. So it's going to be dicey because a draw will see Ghana through because they are playing against Uruguay, who are their main challenge, provided South Korea does not beat Portugal, because South Korea has -1. So if South Korea beats Portugal by 2 goals, South Korea will qualify alongside Portugal. Then in the other group, Serbia versus Switzerland, I predict a 1-1 draw. Serbia to score 1, Switzerland to score 1. But in actuality, Serbia needs to win by 3 goals to win Switzerland by 3 goals to qualify, because Serbia has 1 point, Switzerland has 3 points, Brazil has already qualified, Brazil has 6 points, and Brazil needs a draw to top the group. And so Brazil will not lose to Cameroon. It is improbable. I will not say impossible, because there is no impossibility in football, you know, but it's improbable. So Brazil will not lose to Ghana. And so Brazil may still top the group, but Switzerland will win even if they lose to Serbia. They will qualify. Again, I'm saying Switzerland will qualify even if they lose to Serbia. But they will be out if they lose to Serbia by 3 goals and above, because it will affect their goals aggregate. All right, so Brazil will qualify, Switzerland will qualify, but this is it. Brazil will beat Cameroon by 2 goals to 0, and so Cameroon at the end will go home with Serbia. And on the other side, Ghana needs to be very careful, otherwise Uruguay will topple them if they beat them. So guys, that is the prediction for tomorrow. You know, our prediction for today was good enough because Croatia played draw with Belgium, Morocco defeated Canada, Japan defeated Spain, Germany defeated Costa Rica. All our predictions went that way. And so we got it 100% today. Let us see how tomorrow is going to be. Guys, please subscribe to the 424 Soccer channel if you have not done so yet. And then click the like button, put your comments down, you know, click the notification button so that when we come up tomorrow to analyze, you know, review, and then predict, you know, the knockout stages, you'll be with us. So our next video, you know, will predict the knockout stages, and we'll tell you why we think one team will beat the other. Not only on FIFA ranking, because FIFA ranking is on paper and based on previous performances. In this World Cup, we have seen that some of the teams come up, take up the FIFA ranking and tear it into pieces and create other records. Now, another news today was that Manuel Neuer, the German goalkeeper, has now surpassed every other goalkeeper, in the number of appearances in World Cup tournaments. That is something to remember. Thank you so much and have a pleasant night. Bye-bye.